Okay, did I get it to work? Yippee! Okay. Okay. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review detailed content warnings, which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings are enabled in the settings menu at any time. No. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you are agreeing that you are notice the game's age rating in your revision and you consent to exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. Set me up for failure. Oh, holy shit. Just that theme is like hitting me like a brick. Yo, that theme is hitting me so hard right now. Me and you. Alright, enough singing. What do I want my name to be? I like to be extra with my names in games. I think we'll do Zale. Don't ask me. If you saw that typing, okay. I like Zale. Let's go Zale. Because I think I'll just be a boy. Hey! If I remember, this is Sayori. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Okay. Chat. I need to go to settings. I should have went to settings. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Can't read. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me, let me slow down, because I'm speedrunning. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I decide and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sarah catch up to me. I overslept again! But I caught you this time! I don't know what voice I want to give her. Holy shit, this is actually weird. I don't know. Sincere. Give her sweet and sincere. I'll go with that. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. I already hate the voice. That's mean, Sale. I don't know. I'm bolting under pressure. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. I'm failing at this. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you don't want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. I'm given, like, naive sweetness, like the overly sweet character. Even though I know what she's about. As we draw near, the street becomes increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Zale, have you decided on any club to join yet? A club? I told you already. Oh shit, I'm getting them mixed up. I told you already. I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Jesus fuck, this music is loud. That's not true. Just getting by on an average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. I'm not content with the voice. Alright. Look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess. I'll promise you that. Yeah! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she doesn't exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Can I go to settings, please? After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking at an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. It's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or is she so cunning as to plan all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! Yes, let's go! I love random calls. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Where's the music at, bro? Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone! The new member is here! I don't know why my voice just went down an octave. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Baddest bitch in the room walks up to you, hits you with the Welcome to the Literature Club. It is a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Zale, what a nice surprise. How the fuck do you know me? Welcome to the club. What? All words escape me in this situation. This club, 3 bad bitches in front of me, is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say anything, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her. When she gets moody, Sayori says quietly in my... Oh, holy, I don't know what I just dropped. Sayori says quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears... she's so fine! Comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Chat, we're all here for Yuri. Chat, we're here for Yuri, chat. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. I don't know you. It's great to see you again, Zale. Whose man is you? We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Dale. I hate saying my own name. Why did I name myself that? We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me. Or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Then how about I mix some tea as well? I'm going crazy balancing these voices in my head. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Good choice, my good man. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one, and then Monica, I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her... Oh, shit. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full, and it's already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Okay, what is the context of this game? Because does this take place after Monica Forever? Or because I feel like my character is adding dialogue that, like Undertale, he's adding dialogue he knows. Anyways, guess I'll just roll it. Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you. You know, you dummy. I'm cringing, chat. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that. You know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for the events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's really a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting all of their effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we all really grow this club before we graduate. I read that so wrong. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up on their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Sayo, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read about these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna say it both ways to not trigger. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anything for the bitches! Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up and she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to on a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Foreshadowing! I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine. I apologize I have to yell for Natsuki's voice. She's more like, Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Suri slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing makes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? It's a goddamn literature club. I expect all of you to. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Bah. Natsuki and Yuri quizzingly at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Steven! Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Sale? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Suri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, oh, shit. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Sam. No, I'm losing the bitches, man. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Suri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, You really did scare me for a moment.
My brother and Christ here scaring the hose.
I am. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. I'm giving them voices chronologically by like their stereotypes, because like I feel like Monica's like so like solely and leftly and very AI-y, because she's a bitch, and then Sayori's innocently and just so nice, and then Yuri's very calm, and so she's not very calm, and obviously Natsuki's like the fucking tsundere, like pouty, like I don't care about you, but I do. Ass like, welcome to the literature club. Let's go, guys. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. I mean, I kind of got, like, blindfolded by bad bitches. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring me to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Sayo, I look forward to seeing how you express yours. My dog is barking. No. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Sayo, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make one of those I'll just have to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Fuck. Okay, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem. We're going for Yuri. Okay, Yuri. Dark. Fuck that Sayori. Okay, so she's deep, so intellectual. Cool. Contamination? It's either contamination or wait, can I go to my settings now? No, it's blocking me. I feel like tragedy Sayori. And contamination is Yuri. Yes! Okay. Extraordinary. Oh, but bliss might also be... Embrace? Shit! Bliss. Lens broken. I think Depressy Expressy is Sayori. So I'm gonna go Lust. There we go. Cool. I knew she was into that. Heart is Sayori. Uncontrollable. Sensation? These are fucking zesty ass words. Sensation. I'm just speed running these. I'm just right. I'm just boom boom. Tenacious. I feel like it's Sayori. Meager. Yeah, okay. Cool. It's like we're intertwined. Like come on, yeah. Like we're intertwined. This could be anybody, but I feel it's her. I want to say flower. No, that's too cute. Whisper. Oh. I will do anime just for this. Just because it's here. Ooh. Zaire? Cool. I'll do... Ooh. Oh, holy shit. This is a good page. Excuse me. Oh yeah, beauty, death, eternity, marriage, and grief. Okay, Sayori is into that's sad shit. Romance. Oh. Rain cloud. Oh, okay. Okay, we're doing too many Sayoris. Alone. Alone might be Natsuki's. Alone and pout. After image. Fantasy. She said like fantasy. What? It was the one above that. Cause like Yuri's into like the deep shit, like the fucking the deep mythological shit. Hi again, Sale. You know, you say my settings are down here, but why can't I access them? And I don't want to actually skip dialogue. Yo, there it is. Okay. It's just the volume, my nigga. It is just so loud. Okay. Cool. Thank you. It is just like roaring in my ear. That's the problem. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back to the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thank you for keeping your promise, Sale. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join you didn't want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Love, money, rock and roll after Doki Doki. It's kinda similar to this style of game, but better. More deep story.
Okay, I will. Thank you for the suggestion. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga club in the collection in the club room. Again, I'm gonna say it both ways to not trigger any soul. Natsuki finds herself stuck in between words of saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. I'm not gonna say that. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Sale always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without even asking. I don't know why you're capping right now. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is messy. It's distracting. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Zale can become good friends too. Sayori, cut the shit out. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought something today, you know? Did I read that wrong? Oh, Yuri even brought you something today. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal, if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book and thought you might enjoy it. It's a short read, so it could keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want it. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities with the club. But doesn't seem to be the case. Sarah and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. No, not this fuck-ass theme. It's Play With Me. It's called Play With Me. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... This is the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to read some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just so happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'm an ailment! I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. She was hitting on you, and I grabbed the bat. I grabbed it. I fumbled. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What is it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled A Portrait of Morkov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front of the cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Ray made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Zale? Nah, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems so completely different. She a freak! It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you a little. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. This is hardcore foreshadowing. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they've made you out to be naive, one letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plan. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to yours. Yes. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book up and start the prologue. I still don't understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. She's so apologetic. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up. I get furious and hold my book more between the toes. Yes! I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yes! Yes! Let's go! Yes! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I got over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how even I'm flustered, shit! I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses a lot of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid to do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but They kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Gira made silent for a moment. But, Zale, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. You fucked up my game. I was spitting game. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. No! Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it with you? Wink. I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read it a little more tonight. It'd be more fun to read it with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in my book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? You already know. I can't wait! Sarah and Monica enthusiastically pull out their rooms. Sarah is on the wrinkled sheet, a loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I did the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Ooh. Okay, well, if I'm going down the row of who I'm showing it to first, I kind of want to do Yuri last. Wait. Safe. Because if this fucks up and I can't go back, I'm gonna go to let's go to Sayori first. Okay. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. This is a good poem, Zale. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break any promises. See? It's like I said before, Zale. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that's only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. And again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have a lot of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. I can't tell if this like little pixel in her mouth or is like 4 teeth, and it's kind of fucking with me a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to it then. Oh, it is her. I think it is her teeth because they move. I don't remember her having those. Yay! Yay! Now, you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh, that's fucking sad, dude. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me a little better, but make me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you're late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. We're gonna go to Yuri. Yeah, we're gonna go to Yuri. Mm-hmm. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Gary. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? So, what kind of writing experience do you have? 0 to none! Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. When Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them, but building them. But getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. It kinda is. I mean, I'm playing a dude, so technically not. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Read. I can't. Fuck.
You will see in the end soon.
I'm already in. I'm waiting into Yuri. As the sir dude I am rolling into this club, Yuri's it, and that's gonna end with a tragic tale for me. I can foresee it, I swear. Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. This is gonna be a long gap poem, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh, it's actually really, really short. Ghost Under the Light. This is horrible because I can't read the slightest ounce of cursive.
English or Spanish.
Holy shit. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the ember glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining sheet light to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickens. I flicken back. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. Man, it'd always be the bitches I can rate that be saying that. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
Whoever
But
first is gay quien sin nueva primero es gay.
Anyway, but it took you a long time to read. It's because I'm bad at reading cursive. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Dale. Really? I must have really missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is the only symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining moments of comfort and able to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Zale. Let's go. Me too. Okay, who's next? Let's get Monica out of the way. Hi, Zale. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you were new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or bitch, I ain't supposed to be showing you. I'm supposed to be showing you a poem, bro. Stop yapping. Or things we can do better. I'm always listening. No, chat, I'm being haunted. Get out of my chat. Get out of my head. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I'm curious what she's going to write. Want to show your poem with me? Share. I can't read. Chat. I'm cooked. I'm kind of embarrassed, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Zale. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? Her poem's gonna eat. But it's that sort of barrier that we learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
She is not. She is 18. It gets hard to believe it. Yeah, it's true.
Great job, Zale. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why it always counts when I put in some effort.
Seems something Yuri would like.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that,
Is Monica lesbian?
I mean, technically they're all not, because the main character is supposed to be male, so they're technically not. They're all straight, since the main character can only be a boy. But I think when you get to the Monica afterlife, I think you can tell Monica you're a girl and all that. You know, that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
In-player sexual. Okay, that sounded weird. I'm talking about the one on the chat.
Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when writers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. But I'm losing my voice for her because I'm using my own. No, cut that out. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of their nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
Slightly smiling face.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of style, but I always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. That's literally what this game is making me do, Monica. I can't do that outside of my own preference. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Well... Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Copium. You sound very confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Isn't it written in like a pink pen? Oh, let's read it then. Okay. The first glance is it's something. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See? The direction, the sparkle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel. Blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My redness, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of an infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Wow.
This is the 33 day without sleeping.
This is like...
monkey struggling on the bed. Did you
like my poem? I did like your poem. I liked it a lot. It's very foreshadowish, you know, very beautiful. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I liked it. It was surreal. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for your feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is,
I don't know how to read.
That is, a lot of poems have been put emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can really be powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Epiphany! Jesus Christ, I can't read. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Epiphany? Yeah, something like that. She knows the power she holds. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. It's so hard to try to make it perfect, but I fucked it up, guys. It's so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Fuck it. Next sentence, because I'm messing up her wisdom. Just force yourself to get into something down on the paper and tidy it up later.
She knows.
She knows. Oh, I know she knows. Oh, but I know she knows. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. So just move your hand and go with the flow. So just move your hand and write your way into his heart. It's so much foreshadow. I love it. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
People who know people who don't know.
Okay, Natsuki. Okay, now to put the fucking accent on.
I remembered a song with these lyrics, but I never found out the name.
It's called Your Reality. That's the name of the song. Well, oh fuck, I lost the voice I gave her. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked?
Know that one I
I'll
write,
pass.
see another one.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about. I gotta think of that name too. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. I remember this one. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Why did the theme get so fluty reading hers? Am I just not noticing that the themes changed when you're looking at their poem? Hers got really like flute and creepy. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all so sophisticated and stuff. I can't fucking read. Yo, put me in this literature club because obviously I need it. I need the lessons. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme and at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into than I realized. That's what makes it... shit, I can't read. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from you, the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. It's because I'm like my brain's auto-correcting it, so I keep like not reading what it's saying. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care about how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. So if I had to give everyone an age, since they're all over the age of 18, which I swear to God this was high school, but if they're all over the age of 18, I'm gonna guess Natsuki is exactly like 18, or well, since it's over, so I'm gonna guess she's 19 since she's the youngest. I'd guess her, like, Sayori is like older than her, Because I know, like, technically they're all high schoolers, but for the game to do the violent things it does, they have to be older. Because, you know, they can't show, like, child violence. But adult violence, perfectly fine. But if I had to give them, like, an age, because in my head I'm just going to pretend this is college at this point, because this isn't high school at all. I'd say Yuri is, like, 22, 23. Monica would be, like, younger than her, or, like, if, like, right there. I feel like Natsuki is 19. And Sayori would be, like, 20. Like, early 20. Like, just now turning 20 type of thing. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. They're always chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem on the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Zale did too. And based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. Ooh, they get heated. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Zale liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, she finna pop out. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I...
Wear my crown, that's my bling, always drama when I bling.
Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous as Zale appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. The Yandere and the Sundere are going at it. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Zale started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... That doesn't involve you. They screamed for real. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Zale, she doesn't... I mean, shit. She's trying to make you look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Zale. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right? Oh no, that made me choose. Oh, well, I gotta go piss. I gotta go. How did I get dragged in this in the first place?
Well done.
It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. No! No! Nah. I'm not agreeing. Give me out. Help me, Sayori. Natsuki glanced at me, dying out my words. I had my mouth. So I said I turned to Yuri. Yuri! No! I can't pick Yuri. I'm an asshole when I do that. Yuri's expression is so defensive that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah! Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can you two keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Sayo. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. How did I still fuck up? It's unfair for others to inject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! She's been a fire shit. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. Oh, she's crying. I made her cry. Look at y'all, you assholes. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Where the fuck was Monica during this? She's just like spectating this, laughing in the corner. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they gave you so many feelings and with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same way as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori? Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Yeah, I would dip off after that. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president? I whispered to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I may come off as a good leader, and I organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. Oh, that's why she was just standing there like, I don't know what to say. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what's going on. I see. She knows exactly what she's doing. That's what Destin said. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. You're an evil person. That makes two of us. You can count on me. You cannot count on me. I'm a liar. Monica smiled sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about that time for us to leave. How did we all feel about sharing poems? This was a horrible fucking idea. It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. So, how about you? I mean, the conflict was crazy. Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. No! And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nodded myself with a newfound determination. Sail! We need to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Phew, Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Zale, it's nice that I get to spend so much time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Stop being greedy! Keep your friends, bro. Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to see Sayori and an internal monologue sometimes. Okay! Yeah, let's do this. We're so fucked. We're so deep buried. Okay. I can't remember. How do you get Monica to pop up? Like, don't you just gotta pick a word that... Because you're not supposed to really... She's so mysterious. You're not supposed to know shit about her. So, if I pick a random word that'll connect with her, I think her little icon will appear. I was gonna go for another Yuri one, but to be honest, I think I'm gonna just randomize it to match whoever. I'll go with ambient. I think a lot of mine is actually going to match up with Yuri's, given that I think we're very familiar with like the type of words.
Or just the base game?
It's just the base game. Okay. Oh, it's parfait. Helpless? Atone. I gotta pick Doki Doki. I gotta do it. Starscape. Okay. Yeah, I was like, a lot of mine's just gonna match up with Yuri, like, without me trying. Assistance. So I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to go for her words, but we just keep, like, hitting each other. Having such is cute. Uncontrollable. I'm not mad I'm matching with Yuri, it's just like, damn, I'm not. Tenacious. I'm so cooked. Kawaii. Oh, is that a kawaii or horror? I gotta do horror. Horror on top, bro. And extreme.
I've seen like 10 people live streaming the game. It might just be because I watched one that it's in my recommended.
Yeah, I think it's because, like, for console, it's on our PlayStation Plus, so it's a lot easier to play. Depression is gonna be Sayori. Philosophy is Yuri's. If I would've... Hold on, can I go back? No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I could've just now wrote a perfect poem for Yuri, because I chose parfait for Natsuki, just because I was like, oh, that's a fun word. I could have wrote a perfect poem for Yuri just now. Hers is gonna be... Ooh, it's either... Ooh, holy shit, is that shard. Agonizing. Okay, cool.
Free
Come.
Palestine.
Yeah, like I could have literally. Okay, suicide is depressing. That's gonna be Sayori's. Oh, I was wrong. Fertility. No. It was probably fertility. Yuri. Or vitality. I could have just wrote the perfect poem, guys. I fucked that up. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Sayo. Yo, Sayori.
Random shit.
Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to being in the club, that's all. What? I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? You want me to buy your shit? Well, why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sarah nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she opens it upside down and lets a content spill into the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always... I did not know that. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening to her anything. Yes, you were. It was just something in my book. Cap. Yuri! Tell Zeo to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Oh, but it was fine for y'all to get me involved yesterday? Okay. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Yo, she's a beautiful weirdo, though. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
Well, she
but
watermelon and the dude had furry chicken. You know what that means.
You wouldn't have come if you weren't for the cupcakes. If it weren't for the cupcakes, that's true though. So I had to trick Natsuki into baking them. Yo, you're just tricking everyone. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks her in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Okay. Ow! What was... It's a snack, isn't it? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Exactly. That one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. She's such a airhead. It's admirable. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. It bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours look really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans in and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Yo, she's a scammer. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monika's in the club room. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't heard it either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. Got a boyfriend. She's probably more desirable than any of us combined. That's true. Excuse me! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry. I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all? You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Whoa! What did I do? Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music at all, Monika. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monika. Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. Y'all won't be alive by the time she gets to that piano. I'm sorry, I just gotta say it. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Zale. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any presume or anything like that. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share one once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. There goes the dog again. Bark, bark. I'm sure Natsuki won't end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri. Huh? I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. Well, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yeah, That's... Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I have some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that could make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Nice cup of joe! Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this into the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. Vault. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. I read that so wrong. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Ah, I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? My nephews are crying. Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? We're just... Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounded to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Why are you cock-blocking me, bro? That's... Monica, please mind your business for once. Oh! Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping in fall sale and club activities? My mouth gasps and gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Seal. That was very Yanderistic of you, Yuri. Just saying. Yuri quickly exits the room that I follow. So what was that for? Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri? Something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? You got that demon in you, Yuri. No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. Ooh, let's be careful about words like that. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Seal? How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away, but you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say. Why did you say friend? Yuri lifts her head. Dale, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. I'm finna sneeze. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? I'm finna sneeze. Excuse me. Anyways, shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Sorry if I just fucking ear raped the mic with my sneeze. Zil, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Okay, question. Is it because my poems have lined up with her that I keep getting an insane amount of dialogue with her? Is that why? Like, I'm not complaining. I'm trying to go for Yuri's route, even though I'm not. Like, I know this ends horribly for everyone. But is that why I'm getting a shit ton of Yuri dialogue? Or is this just actually how the game goes by? Because I can imagine if you're not trying to go for Yuri and you're just like, damn, get this bitch out of my face, you know? Even if I'm not an expert or anything, expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little tune to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was leading a show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out that it's not very hard for me to, when it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Zale. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Sure, a lot of the dialogue is with whoever likes the poem.
Okay. Because I guess for me as a person outside of obviously Yuri's my favorite character, a lot of the words I pick happen to coincidentally line up with hers. When I first made the poem, I was trying to go for her dialogue, but the second poem I just kind of started picking words that I liked, and they haven't even read the goddamn poem yet, and it matched up with more of Yuri, so I'm just like, that's probably why I'm getting a shit ton of dialogue for her. Zale, I have another request. Somebody is calling me. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Yeah, that's cool with me. One sec, someone's calling. Why is that? Just logged back in. It's a little bit easier on my back. Oh, what were we talking about? I actually needed to pay attention because she's about to make because her boobs, they're so big. Her back hurts. That's like the joke. Ha ha ha. I can wriggle my back. Oh yeah, we're sitting on the floor. Yes, I can wriggle my back against the wall as I'm bending over it at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yeah. I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we sit on the floor. I'm so goddamn oblivious. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with this tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book, except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri sides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. Log in. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening up the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. This is really pretty, art. Weirdly enough, this is somebody's wallpaper, and I'm gonna leave it at that and keep rolling. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy, pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Her eyeballs are adorable. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Oh no, she's fixated on the word friends. Right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop her or anything. Oh. Are you sure? The situation has got really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book. Well, I can tell just by her expressions that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding.
Is this a blind playthrough?
No, this isn't a blind playthrough. I know how this ends. I just don't remember how we get to that point. I don't remember, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen ending of this. This is just my playthrough. I've seen the ending of this, when Doki Doki was really popular, everyone was watching it. I've watched it, but I don't remember how we get to the bad parts. But I remember how it ends for every character. But personally, I'm still playing it how I want to play it, and that's for Yuri, and that's gonna end fucking horribly. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but you know what? Enjoy it while it lasts. That's what every naive person says. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come into this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. The music stopping is insanely terrifying. Like, it's literally like, nah, cut that shit out. Okay, everyone. What? Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Zale, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the... Yeah, fucking Lonica, what are you doing? I pick up the bags of chocolate. It's just so weird because I know she's like, giving the perspective of this room. It's like Monica was just staring at them, like the male character in Yuri. She's just staring at them like, cut that shit out. In the end, we hastily end up without so much of a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Elmans. Let's get Natsuki's out of the way, because... why not? I liked your last one better. Really? Well, yeah. I can tell you were a little more daring with this one. But you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat. You said that last time. That may be true, but I wanted to try something different. Well, I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. This is why I didn't want to show you my poem, because I knew you was going to be a fucking hater, because my writing style IRL is more actually connected to Yuri, so I'm just like, Natsuki, I don't want to be opposite with you, but like, you're making it hard to be honest. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Okay, cool. Yuri's head over heels for all the cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Huh! Making your reading look harder for all the deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it. Well, everyone has their own opinion. Yeah, and your opinion is kind of bitchy, but, you know. But my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe I learned something. Maybe I should do a Natsuki route. I feel like she's obviously the most underrated of the four of them, because she doesn't have much, like... And that's, like, the sad thing about her character, is that she doesn't have anything behind her to back all of it up. Because obviously Yuri has, like, an interesting dialogue option, and she's most likely the prettiest one on all of them. Monica obviously has this mysterious aura about her that's, like... But she's appealing, characteristic-wise. And then Sayori is obviously just really sweet and enduring, so it's like kind of like it throws Natsuki out into the weird one. Like you throw her out of the group, and also just for me personally, since she looks more like a little girl, it's like it's off-putting to me because I'm not a fucking weirdo. So I'm like, I don't know, but I feel like that plays into very much of like her characters that she's just thrown to the side. It's like not much. It does change. The theme does change depending on whose poem you're looking at. Okay. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really badly. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. The D1 hating in this poem is absurd. Not bad, right? I mean, it's fucking hateful. It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday was way too short. I was just warming up. Fuck Amy for real. Like what? What we say fuck Amy for? I hope he didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. Fuck spiders, am I right? Like, I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogs. Analogies. These guys. Analogies. I said it wrong like twice. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. If I remember correctly, Natsuki has like extreme father issues, like specifically to her dad. Like, cause the cliche is like Sayori's depressed, so she's overly happy to cope with that depression. Monika's like the middle ground of like she knows everyone's characteristics and she knows how this plays out, so she's just fourth wall breaking and she's just not fucking with this shit as a game itself. Yuri's yanderistic and she's the yandere profile, which matches into like self-harming and taking weird sexual lustful pleasures. And Natsuki's I think she has like an abusive family. I think it's specifically her father. I never got into her backstory. I feel like a lot of people again neglect her as a character, but I think her family is extremely abusive or to her or something. So she has like issues with that. I think I'm mistaken. I just really can't remember, to be honest. I wrote that it'd be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Sometimes, something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. Yeah, I think it's something with their dad. Like, she has an abusive, like, family. Specifically her father. And then like her thing is like the whole like manga and anime thing is that's her way of coping. She likes to live in the world of like simple pleasures, like distractions from her world, or to monologue to the game her reality. She distracts herself by reading manga in the closet and watching anime, and shit like that to like avoid her real life situations. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you for it or think less of you. That's what she's talking about, like the anime and the manga shit. But that's just people. That just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes? As if I'm gonna slow the fuck down. What care? Read, nigga. I'm black. I can say that. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. I remember I started saying that line. I'm black. I can say that. It's from like a fucking C-Day video. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. There goes the dog again. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. I actually like this Natsuki dialogue. Let's get Monika the Yapper out of the way. Hi again, Zeo. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. She's just gonna be like, Yuri would like this again. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I won't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I gave my poem to Monika. Alright. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? Monika's like, if I wrote a poem for anybody, she'd be like, are you writing it for them? Type of thing. because you don't have the option to write one for Monica, or I think you have to find the secret words to write one for her. I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. Of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Eh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down. I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Shall we lost? Wait, really? Yeah. A fictional one, anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... Well, that's not really anything wrong. Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Is it about the girl? Okay. Monica's always... Yeah, the theme changes. It went from a flute to hearing, like, piano. Okay. Monica's is, like... Just simply looking at hers, like, and without me even reading it, just as soon as I read the first words, hers always feels like she is opening the screen up in front of me and talking to me, like, constantly. It's what I feel like, and that's really fucking cool. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating, waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, coastline, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of endless... Load me. Yeah, Monica's definitely, yeah, it was extract. I was literally about to say that. It's extract. It's even more extract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write, because she's, like, constantly trying to, like, tell us that she's, like, not in the database, and constantly trying to tell us that she has the ability to break this small realm. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. It's kind of like playing my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words, you can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's so hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract, as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. If I had to guess what the poem's about, I'd say just simply how this game is written, how it's, like, so fucking colorful, like, there's so many colorful, like, colors everywhere to, like, catch your eye. Even the characters are colorful themselves, and the constant sound. There's always music, but when you switch on to Monica, it gets quiet. Just the music cuts. The constant music in this game, contrasting with the colors, I feel like is exactly what she's talking about. She's just like, I'm tired of that shit. Like, cut that shit off. Which I think is also, like, in her own realm, the room is darker, and it's just, like, dimmer, and it's not this colorful, like, plaster bullshit, and there's, like, not much sound in her own realm. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might need to change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. What is this tip even about? Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. She's so creepy. Okay, I'm saving the game. I can write it on top of this one because she's so goddamn creepy. Oh my god. Shit. Oh, I like this one, Zale. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or not, or good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure if that's how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. Listen, you need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Yeah? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems. Sometimes I like a bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a happy rainbow! Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Huh? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Zil. I should go write that down, then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. Yeah, hers is more like ukulele, but in a way it's kind of distorted. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. Holy shit, that started like crazy. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it all in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and a bottle all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles, deeper and deeper. My fingers go like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all alone, I open up and in come my friends. They come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frankly pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy shit. Sarah, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? It's hella creepy. It's too relatably creepy. Like, shit. Well, maybe because I'm used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like it was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sarah, you such a bad habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. What up, Yuri? Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Theo, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The Raccoon. I think I remember reading this one. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night. While I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was... Yeah, I remember this fucking one. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The intimidating beauty of my cutting knife was a symphony. I can't read her shit, bro. I don't read cursive. The bread, my hungry curiosity. Point is, I know what the point is. This fucking poem's about. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very some light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions. I'm struggling so hard. I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. So this poem is fucked uply about Yuri's habit of cutting herself. The raccoon is the pleasure she gets from cutting into her own flesh. And on her sleeves, she when she wears normal clothes, she always has long sleeves because she has enjoyment of cutting herself and taking self-harm. But she gets a rush out of it, like a good adrenaline. So the raccoon story is about her when she first cut herself. She greedily takes satisfaction out of cutting herself more and more to satisfy her own hunger, like the raccoon getting bread. So I'm I remember that poem specifically in my head. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. I know exactly what the fuck it's about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in more unusual hobbies. For it's those sort of things I usually force to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Did Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for strange interests? Huh? Sure. Yeah, she did. Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody, but she is hurting somebody. She's hurting herself. And that's the problem. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry. I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Zale. My phone just fell. Oh no. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's really nothing. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. Just for a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could sit in front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for that festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has always been working on posters, so I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Literally just the beginning, like, this is the first time mentioning the festival. And I know when, towards the later end of the festival is when shit starts, like, breaking. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us we're actually going to do anything for the event. I read that so fucking wrong. Sorry. I thought you heard about it yesterday. We're going to be performing. Performing? But, Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put up a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And I keep fucking mixing Monica and Yuri's voice up. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if that's what it takes, standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around the room, around at everyone else's expect faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. No! Stop saying shit like that, please. Stop foreshadowing. Oh, gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri, you fucking liar. But anyway, let's roll on to the main event. I want each other to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica! This is so sudden. Well, if you can recite your poem in front of your club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook her specific poem she has in mind of herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting the poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line and recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sarah looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Yuri? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clenches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly up to the podium. The poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment, she practically refused to do this. Why she's suddenly putting in so much effort. Go, Yuri! Go, Yuri! As Yuri gets the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into a sharp symbols of fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and structure that she indicates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse of the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside of her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. On the first, start applauding. Everyone starts to join me afterward, and we give Yuri a recognition that she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sarah hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sorry? It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Huh? Try not to think of it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then. Sawyer brings her poem. Somehow it feels like her voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. The serene and bittersweet. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on a paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this was what Sayori meant, that she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Zale liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where the sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might be a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay! Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Zale. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Zale lower everyone's standards and a little before I have to do it. Damn, what the fuck? Natsuki. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and sit in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, make me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it as much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about the lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that you'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly, there we go, gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark and is surprisingly well spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as given the life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but it's my friends. It's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess that's the case. You won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let everyone know ahead of time you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find another poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own poem. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It really makes me happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nice so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do the best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two. Always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make it such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Zale. Don't say it. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have changed already. But today, Sayori is a little bit quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Oh, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me in a spot here. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. What are you... Fuck you, game. I would still walk home with Sayori. Shit. I would walk home with you, Sayori. You really think I would ditch you for... No, why'd you say it like that? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, they're always saying to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Zale. Bitch, you wanted me to say that. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it even if she wanted it to. Say, I already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much. Sayori, I keep saying her name wrong, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Okay. Shit. I'm going to leave this here. We are saving. Click. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, holy shit, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? You're playing a game inside of a game? Holy shit. That was insanely creepy. I didn't fuck with that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave this here. Okay. Okay. Fuck this game. Oh, it's a little stream.